Let's get down to brass tacks. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, guys? We're ready to rock out tonight. The end of 2024 is upon us. And so, what better way to celebrate than hanging out together and also talking about a lot of the films that we either enjoyed or had issues with this year. I'm going to be doing a tier list. I'm going to be hopefully getting some of you guys' comments and thoughts on those films and other films as well, because I'm sure we've all seen films that some of the other folks haven't seen and stuff like that. So let's see what we got going on tonight. A blanket hello to all you guys. We got Palpatine in the house. We got Paula in the house. Zed's in the house. We got RJ. What's up, RJ? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We got Val in the house. All right. What's going on, Val? Good to see you. Saying good evening. Kay's in the house. April's in the house. What's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And we got Rory in the house saying hi, everyone. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. And definitely Christmas was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I hope that you guys had a good holiday as well. A lot of stuff going on. We actually haven't had a chance to be on as much as we usually are. And we're kind of back into the groove. So that's really cool. Also, just a shout out for you guys like we had last night. Some of you guys were here with us last night. If you weren't, you should check out our stream. We had a lot of fun. But just once again, just saying a big rest in peace to Olivia Hussey, who just recently passed away. And for a lot of you guys, we during Slayfest 2, we had the joy of watching Black Christmas that she starred in, and truly one of the original final girls. And we were talking about this last night, and we talked about it when we did our watch party for Black Christmas. And for you guys that weren't there, please check it out. We appreciate the support, putting those types of events together. A lot of hours and days go into doing that. But she was just a fantastic actress. A lot of folks don't realize, or maybe hadn't seen, she was in Psycho 4 with Anthony Perkins playing Norma. So I just wanted to say, again, rest in peace to her, fantastic actress. And, it's very sad. We're at a point now where we're losing a lot of greats in film, in front of and behind the camera. But anyways, all right, guys, let's see. Who else do we have here? We got, hey, what's up? Destination Station. What's up, Destin? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. And a happy new year to you. Hope you've had a good holiday. My man, Ginger Ninja. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. All right. Russell's in the house. We got channel member anniversary for Jack. What's up, Jack? 13 months. All right. Good to see you. Hope you've been doing well. I haven't seen you in a long time. All right. It's amazing. 13 months still don't have a wrench. Yeah, trust me, I will tell people when they get a wrench. If I haven't told you, you're not getting one, man. It's a lot that goes into it, man. All right. Mary's in the house. What's up? What's up, Mary? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. UK in the chat. Welcome. Um, Ty's in the house, and I love Psycho 4. I think it's underrated. It really is. It really is. There's no doubt about that. I mean, those films, there's some really great stuff in there. Obviously, everyone knows about Hitchcock's Psycho, which is great, and I still love that film. But Psycho 2, just to throw that out there, Psycho 2 is highly underrated and a great horror film. And 3 was pretty good, and I thought 4 was pretty good too. And again, Olivia was in Psycho 4 as Norma, and she was fantastic. She was great. Okay, all right. So again, for you guys jumping in, please hit the like button. It helps us out. We appreciate the support. So there's been a lot, and you're welcome, UK. There's been a lot of movies that have come out this year, and usually when we do these types of rankings or tier lists, there's just so much to talk about. So I have a very simple list, and I'm pretty sure we should be able to get through this. Hopefully we can. What's up, Dominic? Good to see you, man. So let's pull this up and see what we got. I'm also going to be doing some polls and stuff like that too. So let's see where we get to. So these are the films that we have from 2024. A big range of films, by the way. And first, I want to also say this too. You guys, let me know what you think. I think it's been a really good year for horror. A great year, actually, for horror. I mean, we've had so many different types of horror films that have come out, and a lot of them were at least somewhat, if not very successful in what they were trying to accomplish. There were some misses, as always, and there were some films that were frustrating because of what they could have been, but just didn't hit the mark. But overall, I think it was a very good year. As a matter of fact, I think this might have been one of the best years of horror that I could think of in quite a while. Don't quote me on that, but I just feel as though all year long we had some really great films. I mean, seriously. And not only that, but I think these films touched upon so many different horror angles and subgenres, whether it was slashers or psychological possession. It was just all over the place. It was all over the place, and also including found footage. So good stuff. What's up, Willis in the house? All right. Good to see you. All right. And Jack saying daddy duties are calling, folks gotta run. Okay, Jack. Catch you later, man. So yeah, I mean, I think there was a lot of good stuff. You guys let me know what you think about 2024 in general. And what are you looking forward to in 2025? I think 2025 has a tall task to match up to this year. I really, really do. It's going to be a tall task. Okay, so when we do these tiers, we've got different tiers. And of course, from the very top, the top level, the master level is the cream level. And then we have the good tier. And then we have the okay or meh tier. And then we've got the not digging it tier. And at the very bottom, meaning it was horrible, is too bad. Okay, so those are our options. So let's start off with the first film on the list, which is A Quiet Place Day One. And and these are movies I've seen in the theater, except for two, I believe, except for two on this list. But we went to go see it. Very excited. I was a big fan of the original for sure, and I thought the second A Quiet Place was very good, and I was really interested in the direction that they took with it. So, of course, when you do a prequel, prequels can always be tricky, and it's interesting because there's another example of how to do a prequel a better way on this list. I'll get to that. But I think this was okay. I don't think, when I first saw it, I was kind of in the moment. And this is a great thing about doing an end of the year kind of review, and kind of seeing how things pan out after time has passed, or maybe if you do a rewatch. And, I think it was pretty good. I think that there were some good moments, but I don't think it was as good as it could have been. So I'm gonna put A Quiet Place in the meh category. It was okay. It was even halfway good. I want to say halfway good. There was a part of me that was a little let down, but again, some of that is the expectations that you put on yourself. And I try not to have any expectations as much as I can, but it's just human nature to do that. And especially when it's a sequel, and maybe even more so when it's a prequel. And I think, let me just say something else. And for you guys that haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you were a fan of the first two films. But the other thing about it too is they had a couple of plot threads that I thought would connect to the other two films in a certain way, and it didn't happen. And I was like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Um, some interesting moments, not a horrible film, but I'm going with meh. That's how I feel right now. Okay, Reign of Horror in the house. We got Tristan saying definitely meh. All right. Let's see who else we have in here. Russell. Hey, Russell. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Um, and Emperor's in the chat. What's going on? Good to see you. All right. Let's go to our next film, which is Immaculate. Now, I've talked about Immaculate a few times here on the channel, and it's an interesting movie because I think it was very atmospheric. It had a lot of creepy elements to it, and I like these type of movies where you're kind of secluded. This character was in a different country and very separated from, let's say, help. If you haven't seen it, I won't get too far into any um, spoilers or anything. There were great scenes, and I think the ending was batshit crazy. But interestingly enough, there's another film on this list that I think one was similar, and two I think did it better. This type of story, and it's funny because I haven't rewatched Immaculate. At some point, I want to and kind of get a little deeper into the film because there were great elements to it. But I'm gonna go with a meh. I'm gonna go with a meh on it. It was okay. It was okay. But right now, I want to try to be, really strict with this where I'm putting these films. And plus, time has passed. There's only one movie on this list that I literally saw a few days ago, and I'm pretty sure you guys know which film that is. But all of these other films, I've had time to let them settle. You kind of get that recency bias out of your system, you know. So, and real quick too, in the chat, we got Julie in the house. What's up, Julie? Good to see you. Thank you for coming here tonight and hanging out. We appreciate that. Emperor saying, I haven't seen any Quiet Place or Immaculate. Well, I definitely think you should check out at least the first A Quiet Place. I think the first A Quiet Place is very good. And the concept I thought was phenomenal. Yeah. Willis saying I'm burnt out with possession movies, so I skipped all of them. Uh, you know, well, Immaculate, I don't want to say that that's necessarily a possession movie. As a matter of fact, no, I would not consider it a possession movie. It has, religious overtones, but I think it's something a bit different. It's a little bit more psychological. Um, but I wouldn't call it a straight possession movie like The Exorcist or something like that. So, here's my thing, guys. And again, we're talking about 2024 in general. We're talking about films and what we thought of those films. I would just say keep an open mind, guys. Keep an open mind. For me, going to the movie theaters and also staying up to date with films that come out. I mean, I love doing that anyways. I'd be doing that anyways. But obviously, as a content creator, it's even more a part of my everyday existence. With that being said, there were a couple times, I watched movies that I probably had a feeling that wasn't going to be great, but I watched them anyways. So, as horror fans, I think we definitely have to continue to try to keep open minds because there's been a few surprises, and we'll get to a couple of those. There's been a few surprises. Let's see. Ginger Ninja, what's up, man? Saying that both are very meh. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Elm Street's in the house. What's up, Elm Street? Saying hey night and everyone. Good to have you here, man. Hope you're doing well, and a happy new year as we head closer and closer to 2025. Val, thank you so much. If you'd like to become a channel member, you can click the join button next to the subscribe button or click that link that Val just put there. We'd really appreciate it. It helps out the channel, helps us do what we do as much as we do, the frequency at which the channel runs. And I'm hoping for 2025 to actually intensify that more. So we'll see how that goes, but definitely we could use the help. And for that, Val, thank you so much. And you're reminding me to let's just give a quick shout out to our channel members and also our Patreon members who really help to support the channel. All of you guys, we appreciate you. Seriously, you really help us to do what we do, and we try to have a lot of fun doing some exclusive stuff, and of course, communication that I can have with you guys on a much personal level. And of course, our channel members. And I just want to say real quick, and a lot of you guys are here tonight. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. You guys are in yellow, have either been with the channel memberships for a long time or you're on one of the higher tiers. Shout out to all of you guys. And we got some of you guys here like Elm Street, Val. Shout out to all of you guys. Julie, Shape is in there, Super Tenor, Rachel, Neil, Brandon, all of you guys. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Jack, our good friend JT, all of you guys. It really makes a difference. So thank you for supporting the channel and helping us having a good 2024. And we're hoping to have an even better 2025. Okay, so next film up on the list, we've got stop motion. Now, first of all, I want to know how many of you guys have seen stop motion? Please let me know in the chat. Let me know your thoughts. This was a film that I was kind of late to the party on, and I'd heard good things about it. This movie is crazy, okay, and I mean that in a weird type of way. There were things in the movie that I was kind of like, wow, this is kind of cool. And there were things where I was just like, what? What's going on? This might be, at least so far, the toughest one to grade because I only saw it once. And, it's funny because when I was watching it, and Coriander was watching it with me, of course, and she was just like, what? She was just like, what the hell is this? Not in a bad way, because there's some beautiful imagery in it and cinematography. So I just want to throw that out there. This is a tough one, man. But you know what? I'm gonna give it the credit it deserves. I'm gonna go with good because at the end of it, I was intrigued and wanted to watch it again. I just haven't had a chance to. So we're gonna put it up in good. And if you guys haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. Check it out. Okay, Emperor saying, geez, I need to catch up on new horror. That's right. Yeah, it was a great year for horror. It really was. And we got Scott in the house. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. Ginger Ninja saying I enjoyed A Quiet Place and its sequel, but felt the need for a prequel wasn't required. Maybe a third part as the ending of part 2. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. I was hoping they were going to go forward. Supposedly they are. I think that would have been the better way to go. And Val's also got our Patreon link in the chat, and we appreciate you guys. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff through Patreon. It'll also include channel members, but it's really easy for me to talk to you guys on Patreon because for channel members, I have to communicate through the community tab. And it really seems, and you guys let me know, it really seems as though not a lot of people will catch the messages. You know what I'm saying? Whereas with Patreon, we have an actual, basically a messenger chat where I can talk with you guys. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to put the link into the live chat. And that way, if you guys would like to have more communication with the community or with us, you can definitely do so. And you can join our Patreon for free. I mean, obviously, if you'd like to help support us, that'd be great. But it is free. So thank you so much, Val. Dolo is in the house and the like button has been hit. Thank you so much. Russell says we're at 32 likes. All right. Val did not see stop motion. Val, I don't know if you'd enjoy it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was trippy. It was kind of trippy. I've got to watch it again, to be fair. But I'll tell you what, when I was done, it intrigued me. It made me want to watch it again. Whereas, obviously, like I said, with A Quiet Place and with Immaculate, I just haven't had a chance to revisit those. Gene, what's up? Good to see you. Um, and Russell, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Seriously. Thank you so much. Elm Street hasn't seen stop motion. Paula has not. Chincha Ninja hasn't. Yeah, I know there were a lot of folks that hadn't seen it. So it's all good though, guys. Plenty of homework for all of us. What's up, Samuel? Good to see you. And Mary has seen it. Okay, cool. We got someone that's seen it saying stop motion is very creepy. I would say good as well. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, it was crazy, wasn't it, Mary? It was just really weird, seriously. We got Blueprint in the house saying, "What's up, Knight? Forgot to sub to this channel a while back. This is my new account." Okay, well, who were you before? Let me let me know. But thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. We appreciate the support, seriously, and it's very cool. So welcome back to the community. That's awesome. David, what's up? All right, good to see you, man. Yeah, and Ginger Ninja, I know, man. He says I rarely get notifications on YouTube for community posts. It's true, and I've heard that from a lot of people. So here's two things. Well, actually three things. One, if you're able to check community tab every once in a while, maybe even just once a week. I definitely post at least a couple times a week, trying to, especially with the channel members, to connect with you guys, communicate, let you know, certain things that are going on and what have you. Number two, hopefully you have all notifications on. That's something that YouTube has talked about, that they've had glitches with and issues, which really sucks for content creators. You know what I'm saying? And three, like I said, on Patreon, we've got an actual messenger chat. So I think that's probably an easier way to communicate. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. Blueprint saying, here, Mad, Substance, Strange Darling, and Oddity are all top 3 to 5 movies of the year. Is this accurate? I can say one of those is, and we're actually going to get to a couple of those in this list. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. Ty saying stop motion was almost top tier. Yeah, it was just crazy, right? It was just crazy, but I dug it. I dug it. Okay, so it is the same name. Okay, all right. We're all set then, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming back, though. That's awesome that you did that. Okay, next up, The Strangers Chapter 1. The, the Strangers Chapter 1. Let me just say this, guys. And I did a couple of videos on it. I was trying to cover it because I thought it was really interesting. Because I was a fan of the original film, The Strangers. And I actually thought Pray at Night, the sequel, was pretty damn good. And that was surprising because I went into that film not really expecting a lot, but I really enjoyed Pray at Night a lot. Okay, let me tell you something, guys. The Strangers Chapter 1 literally is like a rehash of the two films. There are scenes straight jacked from the first two films. And I'm thinking to myself, why do the film like that? Like, we've seen remakes before where they're true to the original material. They stay true to the original source material, but they give you something else. They change it up enough. They give you new tweaks or new things that are intriguing, right? Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you what, guys, I was so frustrated, and yet, those types of films where you have the home invasion aspect or whatever, I dig those type of films a lot. So this is going to be the weirdest grade I'm going to give for film. It's going to sound like it's contradictory, but it's not. It, I enjoyed aspects of this film. Okay, there are aspects of this film that I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's not too bad. They're copying off like a motherfucker, but it's not too bad, right? But then there were some really dumb things that the characters did, which really pissed me off, like, especially near the end. Like, when you have a gun and you've got the upper hand or you've got use of your feet, you take care of business. And man, it was just so ridiculous. So I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like I always say, there's no lying here. This has to go in too bad. It has to go at the very bottom. It pissed me off. I'm telling you guys, wow. If I could have, if you guys listen, and I've never done this. I've done out of theater reactions before, and those are really fun. What I wish I could have done is recorded us in the theater, and just really had that on the ground experience with you guys, but we didn't do that. It irritated the shit out of me, and even thinking about it, I'm like, why? What was the point of that? And here's the other thing too. It's supposed to be a trilogy. They originally were going to release chapter 2 a couple months after chapter 1, I think 4 months after, and that didn't happen. Now, granted, the film, I think it had an $8 million budget. It made like 45 million. So it made money. Of course, the Rotten Tomato score is shit. It's like 20%. So man, they're in trouble. They set up an interesting thing at the end of the film. Obviously, it's going to go into 2 more films that have already been shot. Okay. I'm just hoping that these next 2 films are worth it. You know, Supposedly they are. Rennie Harlan, the director, who famously is the director of Nightmare 4 and also Die Hard 2. Decent director, got some good visuals and stuff like that. But he says that the next 2 films, or at least chapter 2, I should say, covers multiple days and it's going to be different and more epic. So, but I'm just thinking, well, why not just this is what they should have done. And I didn't even say this in my review, but I'm saying it now. So you guys are getting you guys are getting a rant. What they should have done is just maybe condensed the idea of the original film, right? Because they had a lot of filler in this film that was stupid. Like when the guy had to go and get his inhaler. The only reason they did that is so he could be separated from I think it was Maya, whatever her name was in the film. So, anyways, stupid ass shit. They should have just condensed the concept of the first film and then kind of went into the next part of it and make that one film. Like that would have been better. That would have been better. All right, real quick, now that I've ranted, Julie's like, boo. you know, you know what's up. Yeah, The Strangers, man. Ah, jeez. Blueprint saying I hear stop motion was good but not elite. Yeah, that's what I feel as though I put it in good. I have to see it again, but yeah. Willis saying that movie was boo boo. Yeah, The Strangers. Yeah, Ginger Ninja saying The Strangers Chapter 1 trash. Yeah, yeah. Dolo saying it's meh. I agree. Pray at Night was pretty good. Yeah, Pray at Night was very good. I enjoyed Pray at Night. T Parker, what's up, man? And The Strangers Chapter 1 is too bad. There you go. Let's see. Val saying I liked Strangers Pray at Night. The chapter 1 is not digging it. And don't get me wrong, Val. I could put it in that category because there were aspects of this film that I enjoyed. But when I think about the overall, the frustration, and how they could have just done a better job than just cherry picking 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? It's like, ugh. Let's see. T. Parker says The Quiet Place day 1 is the cream. Really? Okay. I just, like I said, to me, I just don't think it hits the same heights that the first 2 films did. You know what I mean? I got to check it out again. I only saw it once in the theater. Bored now. What's up, Keith? Good to see you. Saying have a good New Year, everyone. Same to you. Same to you. Rory saying just joined in Patreon. Hey, thank you so much, Rory. I appreciate that. Seriously. And like I said, we've got a chat feature there. So definitely it's an easier way to communicate with you guys. And we do have some really cool stuff coming up. We talked about it. I believe it was last week we talked about it. We're going to do a watch party. It's going to be exclusive to Patreon and channel members. And we talked about watching the Substance together. So, and actually, I'm going to put out a post. I'm going to ask you guys about different times that we could do it and what you guys would like for a time. So, all right. But thank you, Rory. We appreciate that. Seriously. Um, let's see. Let's see. Mary saying Strangers Chapter 1 is not that good. The original scared the hell out of me. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the original was so good. So good. And Ty saying I highly recommend stop motion. Yeah, I think stop motion was really interesting. It kept my attention. And like I said, when I was done, I was like, man, I gotta watch that again. I gotta really, I really gotta take it in. I really do. Okay. And hey, we got a new channel member. We got Jerry back with us. Well, hey, thank you so much, man. We appreciate that. Seriously, it helps to support the channel. And it allows us to do so much of what we do here and to kind of keep pushing forward to give better value to all of you guys. Thank you for doing that. It's much appreciated. So let's do this. Let's do a quick uh, clip for you guys, for you guys that are helping us tonight and just kind of in the spirit of the new year coming about. So, sometimes you never know what's going to happen when you have someone singing whatever they want to sing. And it might look like this.
Throw me a bone. I said, lawnmower man, get up off of my lawn.
There we go. All right. Thank you so much, Jerry. And Rory, you guys checking out how to support us. We appreciate that. Hunter is in the house. And for me, Late Night with the Devil's in my top 10 for horror movies this year. Alien Romulus was also surprisingly good. Yeah, Late Night with the Devil was fantastic. Actually, I think that's the only film that's not on this list. But I did see it, and I should rectify that. But the tier maker is so weird when you set it up because it only allows you to put um, uh, the images in at once. But let me just say this. Let's put this out there because it's not on the list. But I do want to say Late Night with the Devil is cream. It was just amazing. I enjoyed it. It was so different and crafty. Okay, so let's just throw that out there. I know I'm going to have to repeat that, but Late Night with the Devil is cream, in my opinion. You guys, let me know what you think. Did you enjoy Late Night with the Devil? I know a lot of people saw it. Yeah. Um, let's see who else. We got Jado in the chat. What's up? Good to see you. And thank you guys seriously for helping out. Hunter, good to have you here. As I said, let's see. Willis said late night pissed me off. Tell me why. I think I know why. I was okay with it though. If it's what I think it is. Jado saying I'm watching Late Night with the Devil next. There you go. There you go. Ty saying, yep, Late Night is top tier. Blueprint saying Late Night is elite. Julie saying Late Night was a top tier theater experience. Man, I wish I could have seen it in the theater. All of these films on this list I saw in the theater except for two. And Late Night would have been one I would have loved to have seen in the theater just to get that overall effect. You know what I'm saying? Ginger Ninja saying, hell yeah, Late Night was one of my top films of the year. All right. T. Parker saying a hot take, or as we call it here, the hot take. Late Night with the Devil is not digging it for me. Really? Interesting. Yeah, Willis, I figured that. He said the ending ruined the whole movie. Now, we won't throw out spoilers because we've got a couple people here that haven't seen it. But yeah, I thought that might be what you were thinking about. I was okay with it, though. I was okay with it. So interesting stuff. Maybe we'll have to do a watch party of that. And, because when we do watch parties, we do commentary. We talk about the film and kind of interact with you guys in the audience. And again, we're planning to do that for the Substance. I'm going to put out a poll for you guys. So if you are not a channel member or if you're not part of our Patreon, definitely consider doing it. It helps us out. And we do a lot of exclusive stuff like that. And we're going to be doing a lot more. Okay, next up, the namesake of the channel in a way, the Watchers, the daughter of M. Night And for you guys, and I know not many of you guys know this, only a few that have been around for a long time. M. Night, I have a really interesting relationship with his filmography. Me and my brother do. And, I was really excited to see what his daughter was going to be able to do with this film. We saw it in the theater, of course. It had a great concept, really good concept, and I think that there are some really cool moments in this film. You've got a really good cast as well. Georgina Campbell's in it from Barbarian, which of course you guys know was one of those films that we went into kind of blind, and we literally got blindsided by it, but in a good way. Um, and so we kind of went into this film kind of thinking, okay, this could be pretty good. First of all, guys, tell me who has seen it. Has anyone seen it? Tell me that as I catch up on the chat. T. Parker is saying The Watchers is good. Okay. All right. All right. Alan's in the house. Say, hey, Knight, did you see Speak No Evil? You know what? That is probably the only movie on the list for 2024 that I haven't seen. And it was just one of those things. I just ran out of time, couldn't get to it, and so forth. But it is on my list. It's actually near the top of my list to check out. Chances are I'll probably even see it this week. But yeah, The Watchers, interesting. Dakota Fanning was in it. Owen Fourier, who was most notably destroyed in the next Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre, as Sally Hardesty, which was criminal. You know, this is a movie that's really tough. Okay, because when we left the theater, I was kind of thinking, that was interesting. I liked a lot of aspects of it, but I also had some issues. I had some issues with it. So this one is a tough one. I don't want to put it in meh because I enjoyed the concept and the atmosphere. I'm going to go with good. I'm going to go with good. Again, this list is fluid. We can change this as time goes on, maybe even tonight. But I'm going to put it in good. And I did a review on it. I think there were a lot of great aspects to this film. There were some things I think that they should have made a different choice on, right? But there was some good stuff in it. So, all right. Paula hasn't seen it. Let's see. Ginger Ninja saying The Watchers. I dig it. Interesting film. Very enjoyable. All right. Willis saying I don't do any M. Night movies anymore. Really? Bro. Like I said, man, keep the mind open because Split was amazing. I thought The Visit was really good. That was kind of like his return, right? Because so many people jumped off the train. And it's like, well, and I get it and I understand it. And I was frustrated with him for a few movies myself. But all directors have movies that are just like, what happened there? And sometimes it's on them. Sometimes it's other things involved with that too. But I thought The Visit was really good. And we're going to get to another film of his coming up. There was another one that he did. I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank. After The Visit, Old. Old was very interesting. Some frustrating aspects to it, but I actually enjoyed a hell of a lot of that film. I really did. So, yeah. T. Parker saying The Watchers is good. Okay. Interesting. Very cool. Nice to see some support for it there. Good. Mayanne is in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And Julie saying The Visit was also a top tier theater experience. That's awesome. I could imagine so. That movie was really good. And it came out of nowhere. Like he came back. And Julie, I know you're an M. Night fan. For the people that are fans of his movies, which I am, it was a roller coaster for a while. That's what it was. Hunter, thank you so much. Knock at the Cabin. He's saying knock at the Cabin and The Visit are gold. I think Knock at the Cabin, I didn't enjoy it as much as The Visit. The concept was interesting, had some great moments. I think Dave Bautista knocked it out of the park. So much credit should go to him for just building on his acting skills. Okay, we literally are seeing someone become a really good actor in front of our eyes, and it's so cool to see. He figured, hey, I'm not going to try to be like The Rock. I'm not going to do what John Cena's doing. I'm actually going to, buckle down and try to do some really good stuff. And I think he is. I thought he was great in it, but I had issues with Knock at the Cabin. I really did. We got Kenny in the chat saying, I liked The Happening. There were things about The Happening that were pretty cool, but of course, there were some misses with it. I haven't seen it in a long time. That might be a good. We talked a lot about doing redemption watch parties, so that might be a good one to do. Rory's saying, just finished watching Y2K. Very funny. Not sure if it's included on here. I've not seen Late Night. Must sort that ASAP. Yeah, I haven't seen Y2K. I've heard mixed things about it, so it's not high on my list. Hopefully I'll get to it, but I'm not sure. So, but we'll see. We'll see. And Ginger Ninja also a fan of The Happening. Okay. All right. Very, very cool. Okay, next film up on the list is Longlegs. Okay, guys. Now we've gotten to that point, and a couple of these films on this list and that came out in 2024 are very divisive, which is interesting to me because it's kind of like, and when I say divisive, what I mean is there were some films that had a lot of buzz or hype, even success, and there was a big faction of people, whether they were, horror fans or not, that kind of came from the other side of the fence saying, well, that movie isn't that good. It happened with Late Night with the Devil. It happened with Romulus. It happened with Longlegs. It happened with The Substance. A lot of films that had a lot of buzz. But I'm telling you what, guys, we went to go see Longlegs in the theater. I'm a huge fan of Oz Perkins as a director, the son of Anthony Perkins, and actually did a video on Longlegs in my Why You Hate series. So if you haven't seen that, which I'm sure a lot of you haven't, please check that out. As a matter of fact, check out all of my episodes. A lot of work goes into those videos, and I'm really proud of them. But we went to see Longlegs in the theater, and I'm a big fan of Oz Perkins, as I said. I'm also a huge fan of Micah Monroe, all the way since back in the day with It Follows. And she's an amazing actress and truly a modern day scream queen, in my opinion. Underrated even. And I think it's too bad. Listen, guys, this movie was awesome. I loved it. And when we left the theater, I was like, man, I gotta watch that again. It's just crazy, and I loved the atmosphere. I think the atmosphere was it was like thick, man. Like you could just feel this atmosphere right from the beginning of the film. It's got to go to the cream for me. It's got to go to the cream. And I know there are some folks that aren't big fans of it. And that's fine. We all like what we like. But here's the thing for me, going into that film, for me as a horror fan, I like to see things that kind of go in not only dark places, but kind of, things that I don't expect. And the performances I thought were really good. The direction was very good. The cinematography, even the music, it was just creepy presentation. So it's going in the cream. And for any of you guys that have been around, you guys knew that was going to happen. Ginger Ninja saying Longlegs is cream, 100% cream. I agree, man. It was just so good. We also talked about doing a Longlegs watch party. So again, guys, especially for you guys that have been around, if you're new to the channel as well, let me know if that's something that you guys would like to do. That would be cool. T. Parker saying overhyped. Legs is met. Just Nicolas Caging. I don't know, man. I think Nicolas Cage was different in this film. As a matter of fact, it's funny. When I first saw the trailer, I didn't even know that was Nicolas Cage. I really didn't. And I've been a fan of Nicolas Cage, since I was a kid, watching his other films and his action films and, all of that. And yes, he's definitely had a lot of moments where he's gone off the rails, but this just felt different. It just felt different. I could be wrong on that. You guys let me know what you think. And I know, especially nowadays, Maybe outside of this, I mean, he's done a lot of great films recently, but he's had also a tough period in his career where, a lot of people like to take pot shots at him and so forth, which is fine, whatever. It doesn't stop him from doing what he does. But he's a really good actor and he's had a really interesting career. But I don't think it was him just doing the regular Nicolas Cage thing. I really don't. But you guys, tell me what you think. And I knew this would be an interesting movie to kind of park on a little bit. Man, thank you for putting our Longlegs episode there. I appreciate that. And Julie also putting the playlist for Why You Hate. Definitely, guys, if you haven't checked out those videos or you haven't checked them out in a while, please check them out. It really helps us out, helps the channel. My newest episode was on Saw 3. Julie, I know you're a huge fan of Saw and some of you other guys. And I don't know why it is, but people aren't big on Saw. I personally don't get it because I love the franchise. I know, it's had its ups and downs and so forth, but it was just so successful in general and made so much money. And Saw X I thought was fantastic, but it's like, I don't know, maybe just the certain folks that the videos go out to, they're not big fans of Saw. I don't know. Blueprint saying Longlegs from what I hear is elite. Reviews mostly saying it's elite. I think so. It was really, really good. Alan saying It Follows and Longlegs, a good double feature. That's a great point. I love that idea. I've never done it, but I would love to do that. I think Micah Monroe is fantastic. Really. Mayanne saying we're at 44 likes. All right. Yeah. Cool. Blueprint saying cream. That's a new one. What does that mean? Just the cream of the crop. The cream of the crop. Just saying it's the best. It's the best. All right. Let's see. You don't hear that too much. Yeah, I know. I just try to be interesting about it and have some fun. Yeah. Julie said, "Woohoo, Saw." I know. I wish we had other folks, the majority of folks that felt the same way. I really do, you know. Let's see. All right, all right. Zed saying, "I swear I believe Jenna Ortega is the new Christina Ricci. What do you think?" Um, I think there's some similarities for sure. I mean, obviously, especially when you think about her doing Wednesday, right? I think there's some similarities. Okay, next up, we've got Alien Romulus. Romulus. Now, let me say this too, and I did an episode on Alien Romulus, which also was kind of divisive, and it could just be for the certain viewers of the channel. But I know in general, the Alien universe or the Alien franchise is very popular, and is very popular. With me, I love the franchise since I was a little kid. Some people say that Romulus was just kind of cherry picking, through the franchise. Listen, yeah, it did do that. It did do some cherry picking, but I don't think it was to the point where that's all it had. Like with Strangers Chapter 1, it was literally scene by scene by scene. There was a couple changes, a couple additions, but it's basically the same friggin' movie. But I think Romulus, being that it took place in between, obviously Alien and Aliens, it had to kind of be in that same world to make sense, right? I friggin' loved it. We came out of that theater. I was just so hyped. It was a beautifully made movie. Fede Alvarez is fantastic as a director. And if you haven't seen his Evil Dead from 2013 or Don't Breathe, this guy, he's fantastic. But here's the question. Is it the cream? Is it the cream? I'm gonna tell you what, guys, and I haven't seen it since we saw it in the theater. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I did watch it once. Watch it once with yep, I did watch it once other time. And I want to watch it again. I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. But the question is it the cream? I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm gonna put it in good. I'm gonna put it in good. The only reason I'm gonna do that is because of the fact that I've got to let it absorb more. It was a great film. It was a great film, but Cream is like, at least in this tier list, the elite. The elite. And again, when I have to think about it, no, it won't go into the cream. Okay. Ginger Ninja saying Alien Romulus is good, not cream, not meh, just good. Okay. May is saying it's cream. All right. Val, not a sci-fi fan, so I didn't see it. Val, I think you would like it. If you were a fan of Alien or Aliens, I think you definitely would like it. That was the beauty of Romulus. It kind of was that in between vibe, although it definitely leaned into horror. It's truly a horrific film. There's some scenes in there that were so tense, you're on the edge of your seat, Will is saying this was my movie. Alien Romulus was my movie. It was a good movie. It really was. Elm Street saying Romulus was definitely the cream. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, May is saying Fede Alvarez is my top choice for any horror remake. No doubt. I mean, listen, he comes into Evil Dead and he knocks it out of the park. He comes into Romulus and knocks it out of the park. I mean, he's coming into franchises that have been around for damn near 50 years, and he's able to inject freshness into it, craftsmanship. I mean, those films just look beautiful. Evil Dead 2013 looks beautiful. It's so well done. And same thing with Romulus. It was just such a beautifully made film. Scott saying, this is interesting. Scott saying Alien Romulus is easily my favorite in the series since Aliens. Probably my favorite film of the year. Romulus just plays the hits, but it plays the hits oh so well. It's the cream. That's a good way to put it. It plays the hits, and it does do that quite a bit. I don't think it's to the detriment of the film, right? But that's one reason why I'm holding back on the cream. At least in my eyes, I'm thinking, I got to think about it. Now, if you ask me later on tonight or tomorrow, I might just say, yeah, it's got to be the cream. And to be honest, when I first was putting this list together, I thought it was going to go into the cream. I really did. But it was fantastic. It was fantastic. Is it my favorite since Aliens? I would say it's possible. It's possible because, and anyone that's watched the franchise knows there's been a roller coaster of stuff after Aliens, right? Some good moments, but a lot of frustrating things and frustrating decisions made. So, talking about the Alien films, that's a stream within itself, and hopefully one day we can do something like that. Rod's in the house. What's up? Good to see you. Will is saying, considering how many bad Alien movies we had, it was a masterpiece. Yeah, it's a good point. Julie saying it's not the cream. All right. T. Parker saying Romulus is the cream, and Hotake, it's my favorite of the franchise. Ooh, really? Better than Aliens and the original? Wow, that is truly a Hotake. And let me just say something. Wow. Wow. That's something. Well, hey, it's good to hear the big takes, bro. It's good to hear it. Bitrate in the house saying Romulus was just okay to me, relied too much on previous movies callbacks. Yeah, that's the biggest issue that people have with it. And I understand that. But again, they did it so well and it felt like it was organic. You know what I'm saying? Except for two things, and one of which was the callback to Sigourney's line, get away from her, you bitch. Like, they did not need that. That was like one of the down moments. As soon as Andy said it, and Andy was fantastic, a great addition to the androids of the franchise. I thought he was great as an android. But as soon as he said it, I rolled my eyes and I looked over at Corey Andrew. I was like, oh no, man, why'd they do that? It kind of, you know what I'm saying? It was too much in your face at that point. You know what I'm saying? We got Troy in the house. What's up, Troy? Good to see you, man. Saying Romulus is good, teetering on meh. I'm in the cherry picking camp. It's just the best since 2, so gets a bit overrated in my opinion. Yeah, well said. Well said. Let's see. Who else do we have here? I just want to catch up to you guys. Tyzan Romulus is properly placed. Yep. We got Gina in the house. Good to see you, Gina. Hope you're doing well. Saying, hope everyone has a very merry new year. Lots of snuggles from Ziggy Pup Pup. Thank you so much, and happy New Year for you as well as everyone. We got a lot of people just coming in. Again, happy New Year. We're going through this tier list. We're talking about movies of 2024. You guys, we can even talk about movies not on this list. These are just a handful of the films that I saw in the theater, except for two of these. Um, but I wanted to talk about these ones specifically. May saying Andy was perfection. I think he was great. I loved his character. Yeah. Yep. Um, Julie, I almost didn't survive hearing "Get Away from Her, You Bitch." I know. It's like, why'd they do that? Willis said his screening popped hard when he said it. Yeah, I heard some people react, but it wasn't needed. That's right, Hunter. We didn't need it. They know we didn't need it. Jeff's in the house. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you. Saying hope everyone is good tonight. We are, man. And again, real quick, and we've got quite a few of you guys here. I just want to give a shout out. 2024 has been a fantastic year, and for you guys that have been able to be a part of our Patreon and also our channel membership, we want to thank you guys so much. It's made such a huge difference in what we've been able to do this year. Spending a lot more time on uploaded content, and I couldn't do it without you guys helping to support. So again, thank you guys. We got Troy, who's here, of course, Mayanne, and a shout out to all of you other guys that are also part of Patreon and also our channel members. So many of you guys either are here or were here, stopped in. Thank you guys as well. Val, Julie, a lot of you guys are highlighted in yellow because you've either been with us for a long time. Some of you guys over 2 years. Val, I believe 30 months is absolutely crazy. We appreciate you guys. Neil, Jeff, Ginger Ninja, of course, Gritter, Elm Street, our good buddy Steven from Craven Something Scary, Super Tenor, Shape is always in the house, JT, all of you guys. Seriously, thank you. Jack, we appreciate you guys. And again, if you guys would like to help support us, getting us going for 2025, we got a lot of stuff planned. All you have to do is hit the join button next to the subscribe button, or hitting the link that we had in the chat earlier. And Mayanne also put the link for our Patreon. We have a messenger chat there, which I really want to, be able to use more to communicate with you guys more easily, because it's tough communicating with everyone, guys. Let me be honest for a second. Let me pull this up here. I think one of the toughest things of 2024 is, as the channel and the community has grown, which has been fantastic, it's so much harder to communicate with everyone. Like, some folks, I'll communicate with them on Instagram, some on Twitter, some by email, some by community tab. And it's crazy, man. So I really want to try to make things a lot more streamlined and consolidate. So if you guys can help us to do that, that would be great. It would make it easier for me to communicate with you guys and to be more timely, because we've got a lot of things that we try to plan, and also events. As you guys know, we just finished Slayfest 2, which was so much fun. And again, as I said earlier in this stream, a big rest in peace to Olivia Hussey, who played Jess. Just a fantastic actress, and from all things I've ever heard, a really, really nice lady. And it's really sad. It's really sad that she's gone. And we're losing a lot of people, guys. And I think one thing I love about being able to talk about movies with you all is to also appreciate folks that have really made an impact on me, as I'm sure they've made an impact on you, in front of and behind the camera. So, okay, so let's get back to our list. Let's see where we're at. Romulus was an interesting one. Next up, guys, we have Trap. Here we go. Here we go. M. Night Shyamalan's Trap. Real quick, guys, tell me what you think. Throw it in the live chat. This was a polarizing film. I heard a lot of people talking about it, giving their opinions. I'll never forget when we got a chance to watch it. I was so excited because I knew that this was either going to hit or it was going to burn, crash and burn. Oh man, let's see. And thank you, May. We got our Patreon link in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. And thank you, Julie. We appreciate that. And yeah, again, rest in peace to Olivia. Great actress. Great actress. That's right, May. We just watched Black Christmas for Slayfest 2 just a few days ago before she passed. Um, and again, guys, I don't want to go on too many tangents. I know a lot of folks want to finish this tier list, and I do too. But if you're new here, sometimes, we just take a moment to, talk about different things. And, you know, I think her character of Jess is one of the original Final Girls. She doesn't get that credit. Uh, you know, who knows how Halloween would have turned out, John Carpenter's Halloween would have turned out without Bob Clark's Black Christmas, and Olivia Hussey as Jess. I mean, and that's 4 years before Halloween. So you guys know I love Laurie Strode as a Final Girl. You guys know Halloween's one of my favorite films ever. But we got to give credit where credit's due when you talk about movies like Black Christmas, obviously Psycho, and also TCM, Sally Hardesty. So anyways, just throwing that out there. Okay, Julie says Trap was fun and funny. Okay, man, saying rest in peace to Olivia. Thank you so much. And May also saying Trap was good, kept me entertained. Okay. T Parker saying a big fat hoe take. As a Dexter and Hitman fan, Trap is the cream. Well, there you go. Okay, now this is going to be an interesting conversation here. I love this. Paul is saying I like seeing Josh Hartnett. Me too. Me too. And you guys that are big fans of his, I'm a fan of his, especially you Halloween fans, H2O. It was good seeing him in a role like this. Jeff saying can't get my honest opinion that I never seen the movie Trap. It's pretty good. Wait a minute. Did I never seen the movie Trap? It's pretty good. Wait a minute. What? Write that again, Jeff. Oh, can't give my honest opinion. Okay. Elm Street saying it was good. Okay. Ginger Ninja saying Trap, not digging it. Josh was great on it, and it felt like it's going to be part of the Unbreakable universe, but the movie was not great. Well said, man. I mean, I get it. I totally understand what you're saying. I totally understand it. And Val, thank you so much for reminding people. Please hit the like button. We're at 45 likes. We've got 47 people in the chat, which is amazing. Thank you guys for being here, including Cynthia. Cynthia's in the house. Saying Trap was meh for me, kind of lost me with the ending, too convoluted. Yeah, I think the ending is where we got into a lot of friggin' trouble, right? And Cynthia, let me know what you think. When we were at the point of, and I'm going to try to stay away from spoilers, guys, because not everyone has seen these movies. So let's just try to tread lightly. When we got to the point where he was full-blown, villain, let's just put it that way, and he had some great dialogue really right near the end. I thought that aspect of it was really good because he was crazy and Josh was putting in work. But some of the aspects around what was going on at the end, I was kind of like, well, come on. You know what I'm saying? I will say, in a lot of the movie, as you see in the trailer, he's at the concert with his daughter, and just his mental gymnastics that he was performing, trying to figure out, how to get out of the situation. That was a lot of fun. And I can't really remember another movie that did it like that kept me so, I mean, like really moment to moment. You're like, okay, wait a minute. What if he does this? What if he does that? And that was really cool. So there was a lot of enjoyment. Like there were very high highs in a way, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Troy saying, Trap, not digging it. Good performance by Hartnett. People say he was so smart, but it's not hard to be with how moronic everyone else is. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. Scott hasn't seen it. Jeff saying it's pretty good. Okay. Mahan said M. Night Jr. was playing her role super hard. Yeah, she was. She was. We got Jason in the house. What's up, Jason? Saying Trap was good. I needed a second watch, but my Cinemark theater pulled it fast. Yeah, it definitely, had some issues in the theater. I mean, there were some people that really loved it. You know what I'm saying? There were some people that really loved it. Cynthia's saying his performance was fun. The extra reveal on how things were set up was just ridiculous. Yes. Okay. That's a great point. And you worded it great without even really giving away stuff. Yeah. How things were set up was kind of like, okay, now wait a minute. That was kind of they lost me on that. They really did. This is tough to grade, guys, because in one part of me I'm saying meh, and the other part of me is saying good because I was just on the edge trying to figure out, what was happening with this guy. Is he going to get out of this situation? And that's like 85% of the movie easily. Um, ay ay ay. Because it got so freaking convoluted at the end. Mm, this is tough. I'm gonna go with meh. I'm gonna go with meh. I'm gonna go with meh because the story choices in the last third of the film is where I started to kind of like check out a little bit. I was even saying it to Coriander because I've seen it 3 times. I've seen it 3 times, and you know, there was a scene with one of the celebrities. I'm just gonna put it that way, that the celebrity made some choices, and I was like, "No, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't fucking do that. You know the truth." And so it's like, I know it's a movie, we've got to suspend disbelief, but it's like, come on, man. No, we don't do that type of shit. All right, so it's got to go in Matt. You guys let me let me know what you think. Um, yeah, yeah, Cynthia, you know what I'm talking about. It's Oh Lord. But Josh was great in it. Josh was great in it. And I'd love to see him do something like that again because he was so like unhinged, in scenes, right? Very, very cool stuff. Hey Jeff, coming through, gifting 5 memberships, man. Thank you so much, Jeff. Now this is really thank you. This is a fantastic way to end 2024 for this channel. And let me just say, Jeff, um, you've just been so supportive, bro. And I can't thank you enough for that. Um, it means a lot. It helps us out so much. And you've gifted memberships so many times and just helping people to get a chance to be a part of the exclusive, group. And I think that's just so kind of you, man. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. It means a lot. It helps us out so much. Um, as you guys know, doing YouTube is it's tough, man. It's tough. So look, Jeff, let's do a clip for you. This is not only for right now, but just, you've been so supportive throughout the year and it's helped us out a lot. And I think what we should do is one of my favorites. And when you need advice, there's only one person you turn to, and that's this guy. Here we go.
Hey, this is Mr. T talking. It's capital T that rhymes with me. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in how a problem bothers us, we don't see what the problem really is. So when you get your feelings hurt by somebody you love, think a minute before you cry and moan about your own feelings. Because the person you love might be the one who's really hurting. Take it from me, Mr. T.
There it is, guys. There it is. Let's put those Mr. T emojis in there. Man, beat me to the punch. Let's do it, guys. For you guys that are the channel members, the emojis is a lot of fun. And Mr. T is always fun. Jeff, thank you so much, man. Seriously. I appreciate you. He's saying the community brings a lot of joy to my life where sometimes it's been really hard for me. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, man. And that means a lot to me. I know it also means a lot to Coriander and to Killian and all the folks that join us regularly here on the channel and in this community, all of you guys, because it is tough out there, man. There's a lot of people dealing with a lot of stuff. If I told you guys, some of the challenges that that I've faced and still facing, and friends that are facing stuff, um wow, it's just a huge weight. But when we get a chance to be on like this, hanging out together in this community, watching movies together, talking about movies, having laughs, watching Mr. T clips, talking to each other on social media, in comments, guys, seriously, I've been doing this now for just about 5 years. Feels crazy. Um, this is fun, and I don't get a chance to do this in my regular life with so many people like I do here. So for you guys that get a lot of enjoyment out of this, I'm glad. I'm glad because that's what we want. This is a really great community. It's a positive place. We have some folks that have made a huge impact on this community. Some of them aren't with us anymore, for various reasons. But the vibe is still the same. So thank you so much, Jeff. Seriously, man. Much love. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. I want to Troy's tripping me out. Uh That's right. Jeff coming through. And thank you guys for thanking Jeff too, Val and May. Thank you. Troy said Trap had a few Wayne's World moments. That guy has an awful lot of info to give. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And Mary, absolutely. Olivia, a beautiful actress. Very, very kind. Very kind. Bitrate saying Trapped was good. The acting by Josh was brilliantly, purposely overacted. The movie has a fun B movie feel. Well said. Well said. Let's see. And we got the Mr. T emojis. You guys are all right. And Cynthia said, "Oh my God, I'm so old. I remember seeing that." Don't worry, we're all in the same boat, Cynthia. But I love the old Mr. T stuff. It's just funny. It's just funny. You know what I mean? And we'd like to have some good times. Thank you, Bitrate. The vibes here are good. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's like one of the most important things is making sure that everybody is just comfortable. You know what I mean? Hunter saying so true, and you show a lot of courage by opening up like that. I try to be as transparent as possible. Some things that go on behind the scenes is not something that you necessarily want to put on your audience. But there are a lot of things that you do want to be upfront about. And doing this channel, there's a lot of challenges to it, but it's really made such a positive impact on my life. I've made a lot of great friends. I really have. And I would have never thought, I've always said this anytime I get a chance to talk about my own personal journey in YouTube. I've always said this, which is probably the biggest thing. I never would have thought it would have been like this, guys. And maybe that was me being narrow-minded. I never thought I could, make some really good friends that have literally made an impact on me as a person, as a human being, and as a content creator. So it's cool stuff, man. And 2024 has been challenging. There's a lot of things, guys. But overall, it's been such a good year. And I think that what we've been able to do, it's been a very hard concerted effort to push into a new level of what we're doing, more value and so forth to what we have as content. And I think it's been great. Not to pat myself on the back or anything like that, but I just think that what we've been able to improve upon has been really good. So, but we couldn't do that without you guys. We really couldn't. So, thank you for that, Hunter. I appreciate that. Jason saying, yeah, I told Cody Leach the other day during his live stream, his channel really saved my ass this year after my mom's passing in June. Hell yeah, man. And Cody's fantastic. As you know, Jason, it's just been an honor to have him a part of this community, a few times actually, which has been so much fun getting to know him. I've always been a big fan of his, and to get to the point to be able to say, hey, we get a chance to talk and hang out and do live streams together and call him a friend. It's been so great learning a lot from him as well. But yeah, it's funny because, what we do here on YouTube can make a difference, and I know his reach has helped a lot of people, and I'm glad it's helped you. I'm really glad about that because we all need community. We all need people. And if we can, even for the time of a live stream, 2 hours or whatever, make an impact, man, that's really cool. It really is. All right. And definitely, you guys are awesome and just giving support to Jason. Very cool stuff. We got Val coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much, Val. I appreciate that. Um, $5 super chat. Thank you, Val. One of our longest members and just a fantastic person, moderator, and a friend who's just been so supportive. And I appreciate that. I really do, Val. Saying special thanks to Julie and May. Not only are you both amazing members of the community, but also have become amazing mods. Happy New Year, ladies. Oh, thank you so much, Val. And it's so true. For you guys as moderators, all of you guys, and all of the folks that help to keep this as a very positive place. I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. It helps me so much. It allows me to do more stuff. And thank you guys, seriously. Okay, well, let's do a clip for you, Val. And here's one. Well, actually, no. Let me do another one. I had one in mind, but I was like, let me do another one because it's so many I could choose from. Here we go, Val. Thank you so much.
Budweiser, you created a monster, and they called him Frankenstein. And the tavern down the street is the laboratory where he makes the transformation all the time.
There we go. You gotta love it, Sylvester Stallone. Thank you so much, Val. I appreciate that. It was very kind of you, seriously. Okay, guys. Next up on the list, and I'll catch up with you guys in a second. We've got In a Violent Nature. Holy shit. Now, this is a film, first of all, let me know if you've seen it. For you guys that are slasher fans, if you're fans of the slasher subgenre, which hopefully you guys are, or at least most of you, I think, are. This was a film that kind of came out of nowhere and was supposedly going to do stuff so different, right? I'll never forget when we saw this, and I watched it again. I watched it with Coriander, and man, talk about highs and lows. Okay, the concept of the film was intriguing, right? And I knew kind of what the concept was going in. You saw it right on the trailer. Getting the POV of the killer, right? It also has one of the best kills of the year. If you know, right? But guys, listen, I famously have said on this channel, and I've heard some other people on other channels say it too, but this is my thing. Michael Myers is the fastest slow walker of all time. One of my favorite horror icons. I love Michael. You guys know that. I love Jason Voorhees as well. And obviously, they have scenes where they're walking, before they kill or stalking their victim or so forth. Dude, there was so much walking in this film. I felt like I got a workout. And I know there are some people that really love that and some people that really hate it. I'm not complaining about it because of the fact that it added a lot of atmosphere and caused you to, need to have a lot of patience, because I can have patience. I love slow burn films that are done well. But it was so frustrating. It was so frustrating because I thought to myself, man, they could spend a lot more time getting to the apples and oranges of this thing. Let's go, right? This is going in too bad, guys. This is going in too bad. It was frustrating as hell. Guys, tell me what you think. I got a lot of people to catch up to. I won't get to everyone, guys. I'm just going to say that to you guys right now. But if you do send a super chat, I'll make sure to get to your comment and or question, because it lights up on my screen and it kind of makes it easier to see. Man, thank you so much. Tomorrow night, the great debates continues with Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I can't wait to talk about that. My good buddy Steven from Craven Something Scary is going to be with me. It's going to be fun. We're continuing the great debates for Elm Street, heading to the finale where we get to rank the franchise. Let's see, in May. That's so sweet. You guys learn from the best in the game. Love you, my beautiful general. And Julie saying, thank you, Val. Happy New Year. You guys are very sweet. I'm so happy that again, this community, it's just a great community, guys. You guys show so much support and love to each other. It's awesome. It really is. And definitely, much love to you, Jeff, too, saying I lost my mom and dad. God bless. To Jason, prayers go out. Absolutely. To all of you guys. It's tough, man. It's tough. It really is. And we got my man Steven in the house. What's up, brother? And howdy night in chat. What's going on, Steven? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well, brother. Rory saying, I've had an awful year. I wish I had this community when I couldn't move with a broken back and all I could do was watch movies and listen to shows like this. You guys all feel like friends now. Thank you so much, Rory. I appreciate that. And I'm just glad that you did find us, right? That's the thing. I think YouTube, well, it's a big place. I can't really put blame on YouTube. I mean, there's millions of channels. So, we just have, as my good buddy Steven says, we're a little small speck of sand on the beach, right? But I'm hopeful that we continue to reach out to more and more people, because I think that having a community like this, it's special, when you can really hang out and start to get to know people, and you're just positive and you can support each other and have some fantastic times and laughs, right? Willis, you know what's up. Yeah, you know what's up, man. Jeff said, I haven't seen it, but I got it on my watch list. Good luck. It wasn't that it was bad, but, oh, man, it was frustrating. It was frustrating. And Val saying, glad you found us too, Rory. Absolutely. Troy saying, Hotek, In a Violent Nature is good, but you need headphones, a big screen, and pitch black. You got to get some immersion. And Troy, that's usually how I like to watch my movies. I like to watch my movies at nighttime, and I like to have quiet. I always try to make sure I have quiet. And obviously in the theater, sometimes you can get that, sometimes you can't. It's one of those movies I've said to myself I want to watch again. Put it that way. But it was just frustrating because I thought that it could have had more that it did. You know what I'm saying? Cynthia saying, for me, the Ranger kill was the most disturbing overall. I enjoyed this, but you may want to have a special gummy before viewing. Then it turns into a meditation. That was good. That was good. Oh my God. Ginger Ninja saying, In a Violent Nature had high hopes, but while it was good, at least the idea, it felt meh, and the execution, good kills, terrible cast, and the ending. No spoilers, but what the fuck? Gotta be a meh. Yeah, you well said, bro. The acting, or I should say the cast, it just didn't do anything for me. I gotta watch it again for sure, guys. I will watch it again. And also the ending, it's like, what was the purpose of that? Like, have you guys not watched a Friday the 13th or Halloween or any of the other horror movies of that time period that In a Violent Nature was trying to homage? Like, you gotta stick the landing with the ending. You really do. And I don't think they did. Yeah. Cynthia saying, wow, for me, it fell into the meh category. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. I could be a little harsh right now, but yeah, I'm just putting it at the bottom. I think it's because I was so frustrated with it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the worst thing I've seen for sure, but it was frustrating. Scott saying, got a bounce. Good times as always. Night. Have a good night, everyone. Everyone be safe and have a good New Year's. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, bro, and hope you have a great one as well. Val said, is that Longlegs in the cream category? It is. It is. It is. Oh, and remember, Val, we might be doing a watch party of that. We also talked about doing the Substance, so I'm going to try to set that up. I'd love to try to do it next week. We'll see. I'm gonna put it out there in a poll to see when's the best time to do it, because it will be exclusive to channel members and Patreon members. So again, guys, if you're not a part of our channel membership, please consider doing it. It also helps supports the channel and allows us to do the events that we do, the special streams, and all the content to the level that we do it. And Mayan reminding Steven, get some rest for BLF2. You're trying your best, May. I'm telling you. I love it. We're at 50 likes. Thank you so much, Val. That's awesome. Hey, Jason. Good to see you, man. Jeff saying, ask. He said, very disappointing because when I saw the previews of Violent Nature, it gave me Friday the 13th vibes. It did, but it is not on the level of Friday the 13th. Let me just say that. Yep. Mello's in the house. What's up, Mello? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Let's see. And thank you, May, for putting our Patreon link. Again, we have a chat, a messenger chat that we can talk to each other about. I can communicate with you guys easily. So it's really cool. Val saying, I have to protest that one night, maybe in the good category at best. Yeah, it's definitely at least in the good category. I agree with you. I just loved it so much. But again, Val, I think we gotta have a watch party of it. I think that'll be so much fun. Okay, next up is Oddity, which, okay, now this one was an interesting film. Had a lot of good atmosphere. I really enjoyed it. It's actually a film that I do have to rewatch because there was, geez, I don't know. It had to have been about 5 or 10 minutes in the middle that I had to miss, right? So I do want to rewatch it, but I think overall it was really good. It was really good. So that's going to go in the good. That was an easy one. Next up is Cuckoo. I did a trailer reaction to this because the trailer was bonkers crazy. And guess what, guys? The movie is even crazier. It's like, what the hell is going on in this movie? Like, what the hell? It was crazy. Had some interesting performances. Gosh, man. Now I'm thinking about it. Like, when we finished it, the look on Coriander's face was like, what the hell did we just watch? Oh, it was crazy. But it was different. And I dig that. You know, some people aren't big onto that type of thing, but I dig it when a movie just comes from that odd, angle, especially if it's successful in what it's trying to do. So I'm going with good for Cuckoo. I'm going with good. Terrifier 3. And as usual, I know there are like some folks here that aren't big on the gore stuff. I mean, this is like slasher to the extreme. Shout out though to Damien Leone again and his crew. The stuff that they're doing with the practical effects is crazy. Like, they're doing stuff that is just like, I didn't even think that could be possible without a computer. Okay. I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it. There was some crazy shit in it. And maybe I'm just going to tease this. Maybe I'll be talking about it in a certain series that I'm doing. There were some things that are kind of like, wait a minute, what? And they did make a choice that I had an issue with, but overall, I enjoyed it. It's going in good. It's going in good. Smile 2. Now, if you guys have been around, Smile 2. Well, first of all, let me go back to Smile. You guys know that Smile was a film that we took a chance on. It's interesting. I just talked about Terrifier 3. Smile was a film that we saw only because Terrifier 2 wasn't playing in the theater that we were going to. We wanted to see Terrifier 2 and so forth, and it wasn't playing. And so I'm talking to Corey, and I'm like, well, what are we going to do? And she's like, well, let's just see something else. I'm like, well, what else is there? And they had Smile. And I was like, well, I honestly thought it was going to be just meh. I didn't have a lot of faith in it. The trailer was okay, but I just, we went to go see it. It blew my mind. I had so much fun with Smile. I really had fun with that, and I think Sosie Bacon was fantastic. Now, Smile 2, they ramped it up to 10. The stuff that they were doing. Naomi Scott was fantastic in the role. I think that it was very entertaining. The imagery was great. The ending was a little like, wait a minute, okay, because there was a part about the ending that I loved, and then there was a part of it that was kind of like, I don't know, but I had a blast with it. I've seen it 3 times now, and I thought it was really good. Her performance was so good. I don't know if I want to say it's at the same level that Sosie did, because it was kind of a little bit of a different performance. Naomi's performance, it was much more frenetic, and just like all over the place, and just, so this is a tough one. I'm gonna listen. It's either gonna be good or cream. Let me just throw that out there. I loved it a lot. I think I'm gonna go with good. That's what I'm gonna do. You guys, let me know what you think. Let's talk about Smile 2 a little bit. Let's see. And actually, let me go back a little bit further than that. Mayan saying Oddity was good. Okay. Let's see. Paul is saying not digging it. Okay. Troy saying Oddity is squarely in the good category. Okay. Cynthia saying I really enjoyed Cuckoo. I'd say it's good. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I did too. It was crazy. Ginger Ninja saying Terrifier 3 is cream, much better than 2, and just a solid gruesome movie. I will say the thing that they did better than 2 is they tightened up the story. It didn't lag as much. 2 could have been cut back at least 15 minutes or so easily. So I think 3 was a tighter film story-wise, although they made a couple of choices that was like, wait a minute, why would we do that to a returning character? Right? And I think you know what I'm talking about without giving it totally away. Okay. Let's see. Troy saying Terrifier 3 is good. Effects is always a cream, just haven't pulled the story together enough to go higher. Well said, and I agree with that. I think they want to, right? They're trying to do a story that's, of a higher craft, but they're just not getting there yet. But I don't put them down because of that, because they're doing so many other great things, right? The practical work, the kills, and they actually have had, some interesting characters, especially Sienna, of course. So they're getting there. Ginger Ninja saying Smile 2 was a disappointing follow-up to Smile. Not digging it. Really? Wow. I had fun with it. I really did. Cynthia saying, okay, I kind of loved Smile 2. I've watched it twice appropriately. Super entertaining and well done. Yeah, it's a very rewatchable film. Val saying, I loved the first one. The second one is meh. Ooh, okay. All right. Troy saying Smile 2 was meh. The OG was surprisingly good. This one felt like a step down. I agree. It definitely was a step down. There's no doubt about that. But I had a lot of fun with it. Elm Street saying Smile 2 is my kind of film. I loved it. The cream. Okay. Willis saying I went to sleep on Smile 1 and never went back. All right. Cynthia saying totally different performance, totally different characters. Naomi nailed it though. She did. She really did. Shout out to her, because put it this way, I was kind of mesmerized by her performance, in a different way than I was with Sosie. But it was a great performance by Naomi. JPEG is back with us. Okay. Jeff says I didn't like Smile 2 as well as the first one was better. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. Val saying maybe I need to do a rewatch of Smile 2. All right. Let's see. Jeff saying something about the terrifying movies. I like the gore is good. The kills are good, but those movies just don't do it for me for some reason. A little boring to me. I can understand that. I get it. Dan's in the house saying, hey, everyone. Good to have you here, Dan. Hope you're doing well. And again, if you guys haven't hit the like button, please do. Troy saying, agreed. They are getting there with Terrifier. Leone is making good story choices, just needs a little help with dialogue. Yeah, that's the thing. They just need, and of course, he's doing this on his own, right? He's staying away from the big studios because he wants to be able to deliver his vision. What would be really cool is if he could have someone that could come in and help with the story and the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? That would be great. And if they could do that, man, it'd be a total home run. I mean, it's great for what it is, Again, getting off the ground on your own, crowdfunding and all that. Have to give him so much credit, and so happy to see the success that they're having. Okay. Rory saying Terrifier 3 is double cream on fudge cake. Mello saying Smile 2 suffers most from pacing, in my opinion. Okay. Julie has not seen Smile 2. Ooh, that could be a good watch party. I think that would be a fun one to do as a watch party with you guys. Let's keep that in mind. Julie has not seen the Terrifiers. Ooh, yeah. Wow. Interesting. I don't know if you'd love them or not, to be honest with you, Julie. It's a lot of gore. It's a lot of gore. Okay, let's go back here. The Crow. Now listen, guys. Again, another challenging movie. I think that's what's good about the movies of 2024. They were all over the place, as far as their themes, what they were trying to do, and also the different levels to which they were successful, right? I did my trailer reaction to it. I told you guys this was like Crow Wick. They had this whole John Wick aesthetic with the Crow. Being transparent, I'm a huge fan of the original. Huge fan. Matter of fact, the original, The Crow, is the film I've seen the most in the theater. I saw that film multiple times. I think like 6 times. It was crazy. We had a theater that was right down the street from my college, and at the time it was really hard because being a martial artist, I was really saddened by Brandon Lee's death, being such a fan of his father, and also a fan of seeing his career just start to take off. So anyways, that's just being transparent, to be honest about what I feel about this one. I think there were good aspects of it. It was very action heavy when the action happened, but it also took a long time to kind of get to the point where Eric was using his abilities, which was frustrating because it's like, well, bro, this is a remake, so we kind of already know a lot, so you have to deliver, right? You have to honor the original, and you have to deliver a fresh take. They did that a little bit with his relationship with Shelley, although there were aspects of that kind of didn't hit as hard. I don't want to sit here and review the film, but I guess what I'm saying is there were things about it that I enjoyed and things that were frustrating to me. I've seen it once. I've been saying to myself, I got to watch it again. I'm going to go in the not digging it. I'm going to go there because once I was done, I remember having this conversation with Coriander, and I said, they could have done some really cool things, but they just didn't. They just didn't stick the landing for me overall with the film. The action was great, but that's not what made the first film so amazing. It was really the story and the characters and the romance angle, which I feel like in this film they tried to focus on, but it just didn't feel as deep of a connection as we had in the first film, which is weird because in the first film Shelley had already been killed. So that goes to show how powerful the way that film was crafted, how powerful that was, in my opinion. So, all right, let's see what you guys have to say about it. Hey, we got Retro in the house. All right, Smile 1 is the cream. Well, there you go. I agree about that. Ginger Ninja, I've been waiting to see. Saying the Crow should be lower than that. Too bad, like dumpster fire trash. There you go. Hunter saved the Crow. Don't get me started. There you go. Oh man. Cynthia saying still haven't seen Terrifier 3. Wasn't crazy about the first. I like the second a lot better. Planning on watching 3 soon. Art the Clown is a brilliant character, a true icon. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the birth of a new horror icon, which is really cool, especially for a lot of us that have been around for a while and, are fans of the OGs like Freddy, Michael, Jason, Ghostface, Leatherface, and so forth. So, and Chucky and all the other ones. JPEG, not a fan of The Crow either. Willis saying, nothing could get me to see whatever that movie The Crow is trying to be. There you go. Yep. And Jeff, absolutely. He was great, and I think he was going to be great, just like his father. Yep. Retro saying The Crow is ass, a movie that never needed a remake. I agree. Not a fan of it at all. Yep. Val saying The Crow is too bad, way too bad. That's right. We got Voller in the chat. Welcome to the chat. We are on The Crow from 2024, and I put it in the second to last category, saying not digging it. There were a couple things that they did that I thought, okay, well, that's kind of interesting. The action was cool, but I think it was too much action, right? The original Crow, that's not what what made the original so great, okay? But there was too much action in the action scenes for this film, if that makes sense. But also, based upon what they were trying to do, like, he didn't get into his own as the Crow. It took too long. Like, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess, man. Okay, Troy saying The Crow is bad. There's only one real action scene, the ending, and he's invincible during it. Way to miss the stakes and emotional impact of the OG. Exactly. No doubt. And hey, we got Ben in the house. Hey, Ben. Good to have you here, man. And hey, Ben is back with us as a channel member. Awesome stuff, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Hope you've been doing well, man. It's been a really cool couple of days heading into the new year, but we appreciate the support and all the positivity you bring here in the live chats, also on social media in our group and so forth, man. But thank you so much. Seriously. All right. The original Crow, that's the cream. Absolutely. There's no doubt. No doubt. Voller saying thank you. Yeah, thank you. Glad to have you here. And again, if you guys haven't hit the like button, please do. Cynthia saying the original Crow was some amazing 90s noir with a killer soundtrack. No doubt. That soundtrack is still one of the greatest soundtracks ever, in my opinion. I still play that music. I have a long drive, not only to work, but every week. So I do a lot of driving. And on my Spotify, I still have that soundtrack that I play. So it's great. It's great. Okay, I think I'm almost caught up here. Troy saying, I've said it more than once here, but my son is named Brandon Lee. I didn't need a remake. There you go. Retro saying, y'all are awesome. I love this community. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And it is a really good community. It really is. Steven, man, I will see you later. Thank you for stopping in. Definitely tomorrow night is going to be a blast. We're going to be doing the Elm Street Great Debates, talking about Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Steven will be with us. It'll be a blast. We hope you guys join us as we continue to celebrate 2024 and end it with a bang. That'll be tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we really hope you guys stop in and hang out, even just for a little bit. Okay, next up is Maxine, guys, the end of the X Trilogy. Guys, and I talked about this. I did a trailer reaction. I was so hyped up for this. And the trilogy is really interesting because all three movies are totally different. And I think there's some ups and downs with it a little bit. I did like the idea that this was, more of a slasher giallo film. Ty West is a fantastic director. I'm going to put this in the good. I had a blast with it. I do think there were a couple frustrating things, though. But I won't get into all that. You guys can let me know what you think. But I enjoyed it. I think it was a pretty good ending to the trilogy. And I think Mia Goth had a great performance. Okay, next up is The Substance. Cream. You see how fast I did that, guys? The Substance. Guys, if there is one movie in recent memory, that is, where I could have recorded my reactions it would have been The Substance. And actually, it's a very special movie in a way because for this Christmas, um, me and Kill, we went to go see my dad, and not many people know this, but Kill and I, we don't live in the same time zone. We're on the opposite sides of the country. So one, to see him was great, but it was also the first time that Kill, Coriander, and myself were all together physically, like physically at the same time, which was really cool. So we had a really good holiday celebration with my family, which was really special. But what was also cool is we got a chance to see The Substance together, the three of us. If you guys could have seen some of our reactions, it was a great film, guys. What a creative film. Powerful performances, Margaret Qualley, and also for Demi Moore. It was great seeing Demi Moore back in something. I hadn't seen her in something in a while. Brave performances. It was great. I'm a body horror fan. You guys know I'm a David Cronenberg fan till the end, and you could see the inspiration from David Cronenberg, whether it was The Fly or Videodrome. I mean, dude, the stuff that was going on in The Substance was crazy. So again, guys, we're gonna watch The Substance together. We've talked about it. I'm hoping to do it next week. I have not put the stream up yet, but I will be asking you guys about the time frame that we do it. So keep a lookout. Again, if you guys are not in our Patreon messenger chat, I would highly suggest you guys do it because it's an easy way for me to communicate with you guys. I'm putting the link in the chat right now. It also helps to support the channel. It is free, but if you'd like to donate to the channel, it's much appreciated. But yeah, The Substance is cream. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Let's see what you guys have to say. You guys are all right. Thank you so much. Thank you, May, for putting the link in for tomorrow night. The great debate. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mellow Mutant missed the last one in the X trilogy. You should check it out, man. You should check it out. JPEG says it's good. Ginger Ninja saying Maxine was a good way to end the trilogy, so it sits well in the good pile. All right, good to hear. Cynthia says Maxine was a little bit of a bit of a letdown. Not terrible, but I may have to rewatch. Yeah, I think Maxine would be a fun watch party film too. I know I keep talking about all these watch parties, and we used to have them weekly. So we'll see. We'll see. Troy said Maxine, I will go good, but it's very meh in comparison. Now, do you mean meh in comparison to the other two films in the trilogy, Troy, or do you mean to the other films in the good category? So let me know, because I'm curious, man. Ginger Ninja saying, oh yeah, cream for The Substance. That's right. Yeah. Willis saying my number one horror movie of 2024 was The Substance. Yes, yes. Definitely the cream from Paula. Cynthia saying The Substance is cream. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see. Jeff saying I got The Substance. I haven't bought it or read it yet, but it's on my wish list on Amazon. Yeah, I think it's fantastic, man. Elm Street saying no doubt the cream for The Substance. Yeah. Cynthia saying the ending of The Substance was chef's kiss. It was. I was like, wait a minute. Are we pulling an Evil Dead here as well? It's like so much blood. What the hell? JPEG, we haven't done Nosferatu yet. It's coming up, man. It's coming up. And that actually was the last movie I've seen this year. New horror film or 2024 horror film. May, thank you for the link to the Patreon. Again, guys, check it out. It helps us out. It's also free, so nothing is cheaper than free, but it's also an easy way to not only contact you guys and communicate, but you guys can talk with each other. So let's see. Troy coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Much appreciated. And thank you for all your support this year as well, man. I said that earlier in the stream. I don't know if you were here when I said that, but for all of you guys, the Patreons and the channel memberships, thank you so much. You guys really helped to make 2024 what it was for us, which was a lot more content than usual. A lot, bigger events, trying to do some new things and trying to get you know, a lot of our friends and different guests on the panel. So we were able to do that, and I was able to put the time into doing that because of the support that you guys give the channel. I was able to actually, with my second job, cut back a lot. So I was able to put more time into the channel. So thank you so much, Troy, and all of you guys that have helped out. He says the Substance is awesome. Up there with my thoughts on Hereditary yesterday. It's the cream, Mean Gene. I mean Night. Sorry. Hit me with it. All right, man. Thank you so much for the support and for all of you guys that have helped out. Here we go.
But the cream, yeah, let me say it here. Let me say it out loud. Yeah, you Mean Gene Okerlund. You know that I'm the cream. I am the cream, yeah.
There it is, man. There it is. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. So look, guys, next up is the First Omen. Now, this, again, these last couple, this is where it's going to get tricky, guys. I talked about the First Omen. Guys, I'm telling you, we saw it in the theater. I alluded to this earlier. Immaculate, like, was able to walk with this type of concept. To me, the First Omen was able to run with it. There was one scene in the First Omen that I literally like, what are we doing here? I loved this movie, guys. And I did not think, and listen, again, guys, this is just for fun. I could change some of these later on tonight, except I'm not going to change the Substance or Longlegs. Okay, those are the cream. But you know, part of it was, how do I feel about these films, right? When we left the theater for the First Omen, I looked at, you know, me and Coriander were talking. I was like, man, I want to see that again. And we watched it again. It was just so well done. And to be a prequel, to do what they did effectively was crazy. If you had said to me, bet $100 one way or the other, I would have said, no way is it going to be good. I couldn't believe it, guys. I'm putting the First Omen in the cream. It's going up there. It's going up there. I had so much fun with it. I can't believe they were able to be successful with it. It was so much fun. So well done. It was great. It was great. Hey, we got Ben coming in with a super chat. 20. Wow, man. Come on, Ben. Thank you so much, man. $20 super chat saying, good evening, my friends. It's nice to be back. Night. You're one classic guy. Oh, thank you, man. Seriously. And you have my support from here on out, brother. My buddy and I are revisiting two high concept slashers, The Terminator and Alien. There you go. You cannot lose with The Terminator and Alien. Two cream tier films. No doubt. Not even a thought about that. Two of my favorite films of all time, by the way. Have some fun with that, man, because shit. Makes me want to watch The Terminator and Alien. Thank you so much, brother. Look, let's do another super chat clip. Seriously, Troy, thank you, Ben, all of you guys that have been here tonight, hanging out, hitting the like button, supporting, doing super chats. We really appreciate it. All right, let's, you know, sometimes you just gotta sing your heart out, even if it doesn't sound right. It might sound like this. Here we go.
You take my back. You take my back.
There you go. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Ben. Much love, bro. And Happy New Year as we head closer and closer. Voller saying, do you guys have other reactions like The Substance? Recordings like The Substance? I enjoy horror movies, but I don't find myself having fun with typical horror, mainly body horror stuff. Now, do you mean reactions or recordings? Because we didn't record ourselves watching The Substance. I'm saying I wish we did, because our reactions were crazy. But we will be doing a watch party of it. So I'll be definitely having some reactions then, because I've only seen The Substance once. We just watched it what was it now? Like, well, a few weeks ago, 3.5 weeks ago. So we're going to be doing that next week again. If you'd like to be a part of that, it is going to be channel members and Patreon members. So please consider joining us. For as low as the price of a coffee per month. And we have a lot of fun with those things, exclusive watch parties and live streams and hangouts, Q&As and stuff like that. So yeah. Rory saying I was going to watch The Substance, but if you do the watch party, I'll wait. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Ginger Ninja saying the First Omen was surprisingly enjoyable film, definitely good. Yeah. Jeff saying the First Omen is the cream. There you go. I have not seen Apartment 7A yet, the prequel to Rosemary's Baby JPEG. Actually, we were going to be watching it. We had 3 chances to watch it, and it just didn't work out. Life got in the way. Even just the other day, I was like, man, I wanted to put that on this list because I really wanted to see it. I'm a fan of Julia Garner. Ozark, shout out. But I haven't seen it yet, but I hope to be seeing it very soon. I hope to be. Mayanne saying the First Omen is the cream. Cynthia saying the First Omen was a legit beautiful film. Yeah. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it because I thought it was amazing. Yeah. Yep. It looked like a beautiful giallo, but the slasher was the devil. Good point. Yeah. Troy saying First Omen is good except for the last couple minutes, which was absolute doggy doo nonsense. Our intelligence of the series was so respected just to get hit over the head with, did you get it, dummy? Yeah. And I know exactly what moment you're talking about. I have a feeling that might have been the studio saying, okay, we got to put this in there. You know what I mean? That felt like, because it was so different, like you said, so different from the rest of the film, the way that it was handled. That feels like at the end, the studio said you had to do this to kind of have the bridges, right? Kind of like how Wes Craven at the end of Elm Street had to put in the stinger because Bob Shea wanted the stinger, and he funded the movie. So that's what it felt like to me as well. So I don't hold it against the film because everything else to me was fantastic. You know what I mean? So and that was a cream performance to take my breath away. Yeah, it's true, man. I love that clip. That got uncomfortable. Absolutely. Okay. Ben saying his top 5 right now: Late Night with the Devil, Longlegs, Terrifier, 3. I Saw the TV Glow, and Romulus. Okay. Now, Cynthia, I have not seen Mads, and it's on my list. Please do me a favor. And for all of you guys, this helps out a lot too, supporting the streams and the channel. Leave me a comment reminding me about it. Because maybe what I'll do is I'll put that at the top. I think that's in my 3rd or 4th spot right now to catch up with. But I've heard some interesting things. So if it's one of your happiest surprises, I'd love to check it out. So please leave me a comment on that. Mello saying that the cinematography was beautiful. Yeah. Yep. We're almost at 60 likes. Thank you, May. This is fantastic. I'm impressed. Okay, guys, next up is Salem's Lot. Now, I famously talked about this recently on a couple streams. My brother was so behind this, and me and my brother are very similar. So usually if one of us says we like something, the other usually does as well. It's just how it is. We were brought up together. We're very close, and we both love movies so much. But I cannot lie, guys. It was okay. It wasn't bad. But to me, it wasn't at the same level of the original by Tobe Hooper. It just wasn't. And maybe I got to watch it again. I feel as though the original just had better atmosphere. Maybe that's a little bit of nostalgia playing into it because I saw the original when I was a little kid, and it scared the shit out of me. But this new one, I just didn't feel as though it was as good on its own. It's fine, but it wasn't. It just wasn't what it could have been, right? So I'm thinking, I'm putting it in not digging it. It could go into meh. I don't know. We'll keep it there for now. It could go into meh, but yeah. And May, it's like, I freaking love Kill. He was so behind it, bro. He was like, y'all gotta see it. He's talking to me in Korean. He's like, y'all gotta see it now. See it yesterday. I'm like, damn, it's that good. And I had heard mixed reviews of it, especially from a couple of my buddies, a couple of my content creator friends. And so I was thinking, man, I'll get to it when I get to it, if I get to it. But he kept saying it. So it's like, all right. But it just didn't do much for me. It really didn't. JPEG saying it was meh. Yeah, I agree. Paul is saying it was good. Okay. All right. Mello saying Salem's Lot suffers from tone and pacing. Yes, the pacing was off. It was meh, but a DX might bump it up for me. Okay. Troy's saying Salem's Lot, not digging it. None have done the book complete justice. Toby is closest so far, though. Agreed. Absolutely agreed with you, man. Elm Street saying Salem's Lot was okay. Okay. Yeah, I think it should have been a limited series too. I think it would have been very good. Yep. Cynthia saying Salem's Lot just went way too fast. Didn't get to know the characters all that well. Miniseries worked better. That's true. And I think that well said. It just kind of flew through it, right? And I just didn't get the depth. It should have been limited. Next up is Heretic with Hugh Grant. This was the movie we saw in the theaters right before Nosferatu, and Hugh Grant was fantastic in this movie, man. This was a creepy ass movie. I liked the concept of it. He needs to do more shit like this, man. Seriously. And I say that about a lot of actors. We're gonna put this in good, by the way. I say that about a lot of actors, but I think horror, even thrillers or psychological stuff, if you've got a good actor and they can really get into the material, I think it really is good stuff for them to explore, because seeing Hugh Grant in a movie like this, I was like, man, he's got to do more of this type of stuff. It was a really good film. We enjoyed it. JPEG saying, from what I heard, Heretic is good. Jason saying Heretic was solid. Good, almost cream level. Curveball I didn't see coming a mile away. That's true. Yeah, I thought it was really good. May saying it's the cream. Julie saying it's the cream. Okay, ladies. Wow. Julie saying love Heretic. It was really, really good. I don't know if I want to put it in the cream, though. But I can understand why people would think it. It was really, really good. Cynthia still haven't seen it. Need to wait till it's a little cheaper to rent. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah. Jason saying not the biggest A24 guy either, but this one was a winner. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I think it's almost cream. You know what I'm saying? Mary saying cream for me. Heretic Hugh was the best I've ever seen him in a film to me. Yeah, he was fantastic. He was magnetic. It was great. But I'm not putting it in the cream. It's just, not there yet. Maybe I got to do a rewatch. We'll see. And I do plan to rewatch it, by the way, because it was that good. Troy saying Heretic is really good. Not quite cream, though. Yeah, I agree. First half really good, then lost me for a few, but came back around in the end. That's exactly the way it worked for me. Yeah, exactly the way it worked for me. I agree with that. Jeff saying Heretic is really good. Elm Street saying gotta see Heretic. You do. I recommend it. And Julie, yes, love seeing Sophie Thatcher from Yellow Jackets. Yeah, I thought she killed it in this. She needs to do more stuff. Wasn't she in The Boogeyman? That was okay. I think that was her in it. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, she needs to keep rocking and rolling, because she could have, especially, that's the thing about horror, guys. That's why horror is so awesome, because you can have these actors portraying these different shades of characters that you can really latch onto, and it could be so interesting. Like we said, like with a Hugh Grant, his portrayal, it's so interesting to see what he's doing and where he's going to go, right? One more like until 60. All right. We can do it, guys. Let's do it. Next up is the Creep Tapes. Guys, now, technically, this isn't a movie, and this is something that I didn't see, obviously, in theaters, because this is like a limited series. If you haven't seen Creep 1 or Creep 2, I highly recommend it. We talked about it on Slasher Movie Club a long time ago. And this, they were supposed to do a third film, but they didn't really crack the story. So they decided to do basically a limited series, multiple episodes. It's so much fun, guys. I love this. For found footage, this is, dude, it's so much fun. It is so much fun, in my opinion. I love it. I'm laughing. I'm horrified. It's just so many emotions. And Mark Duplass, he's just fantastic. He's so creepy. I love it. This has got to go in good. It could almost go into Cream, but it's not a theatrical movie, So I slipped this one in there, but I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to throw it out there. I put it on my social media on Twitter. I think I did it on Instagram too. Go see it. It's on Shudder. Check it out, guys. It's fun. Next up is Abigail. Abigail was a lot of fun. Shout out to a great cast, Catherine Newton. I absolutely love her. Obviously, Melissa Barrera. I wanted this film to do better. A lot of people loved it. It didn't do well in the theaters, though. So Radio Silence hit a brick wall on this one. They had a nice little string of success with Ready or Not and Scream 5 and 6, and then this just did not do well. I think the comedy was great. The horror that we had was really good. I think we should have had more horror, though. I think that's where it kind of fell down for a lot of people. They didn't really, go into the horror as much. And I think that might have been a mistake. The balance of it just didn't work out for everyone. Plus, and this is tough, guys, but maybe they shouldn't have even revealed the trailer the way they did. You knew that she was a ballerina vampire, and so you kind of knew where it was going, right? I mean, there was a little bit of a twist in there, but I don't know, guys. It was frustrating in that sense, but it was fun. I enjoyed it, so I got to put it in good. What did you guys think of Abigail? Let me know. And guys, we are going to finish this tier list tonight. Excuse me, and I'm really excited about that because usually we have to break it up into parts. Let me catch up with you guys here. Julie saying, "Woo, loved Creep 1 and 2. Yeah, they were so good. They were so good." Troy said, "We hit 60 likes. I was late." All right. Thank you so much for hitting the like. We appreciate that. No doubt. Yes, May. Put it on your watch list. Check it out. I think it's great. Look at that. Julie put in, Julie, first of all, how quick did you find that? That's such an old episode. She put in the link for our episode on Creep from Slasher Movie Club. You know what? Not to rant, and I know Mayan's probably about to write this in the chat. I miss doing that series, doing Slasher Movie Club. We had so much fun, and we were introduced to some movies that we never heard about or never had seen or maybe hadn't seen since we were kids. And Creep was a movie that I never heard about. And actually, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. We had our teenage slasher handbook that we followed. That's how we chose the movies we did. And we did over 100 episodes in Slasher Movie Club, which I'm very proud of. And we were supposed to do a movie called Creep. And I found the thumbnail and I put it up. And then Corey Eder said, "I think that's the wrong Creep." And I'm like, well, and I kind of read a little bit of the synopsis of it without spoilers. I said, well, it sounds like it'd be a good horror movie. Let's watch it and let's talk about it. We watched it. We loved it. We talked about it. We're like, dude, there's a sequel. We got to talk about that. So it just goes to show you, sometimes you can stumble upon films that you are glad that you stumbled upon. And yes, May, it's on Shudder. It's an original. I think it's fantastic. Mayanne said Abigail is fun. I agree. Cindy saying I really liked the Creep movies. I don't know about this, though. I think they're just too short form and it gets repetitive. I can see that. So did you see all of the episodes, Cynthia? I think there's 6 of them. I think for me, I just have fun with it so much because just watching him and these victims, it's just funny shit. But I could see how, someone would say it's repetitive, especially if you're binge watching them, right? That's one thing about binge watching that could be a disadvantage, Jeff saying, I love Abigail, really good. I don't know if I put it in cream, but it's real close. Yeah. Creep tapes, I'll go good for Troy. Thank you. Being a shorter show is a great idea for the concept. Favorite episode? Man, I'd have to think about that, man. I'd have to think about that. I still have 2 more to watch because we just started watching it last weekend, and I didn't want to binge watch them. Kind of like what Cynthia was saying. I didn't want to, just wear it out. But I can say so far, I'm enjoying all the episodes. I'd have to think about which is my favorite, though. Yeah. Jason saying Abigail is the cream. Saw it 5 times in 5. Wow. That's how much I loved it. Probably see it again tomorrow one more time to cap off 2024. That's awesome, man. It was really, really fun. Yeah, Elm Street saying the same thing. It was totally fun. Really good. Yeah. Dan saying, I missed the First Omen, but that movie to me was awesome. Love that franchise. Sad that Immaculate came out at the same time. Feel like both movies were hurt by that. I agree. Definitely check out the First Omen. I just think that it did a better job overall. You know what I'm saying? And there were moments at Immaculate, although it had great atmosphere and was creepy, there were moments that were just really dark. And I'm like, I couldn't even see some of the stuff. I'm like, what is this? Alien versus Predator Requiem? What are we doing here? But Immaculate was fun. I just think the First Omen was better. Eric is in the house. What's up, brother? Good to have you here. We're almost done with this tier list. He said Abigail was my favorite of 2024. In a Violent Nature is probably the worst. We're thinking very much alike, bro. Abigail was a lot of fun. It really was. Ginger Ninja saying Abigail was good. The ending felt like something I had seen somewhere else before. Yeah. Yep. Troy saying Abigail was good. May I just say that Newton is giving some serious Tuesday night vibes. I believe it was her daughter there. True. Dude, that is a great comment. It's so true. I never even thought about it like that, but definitely got some Tuesday night vibes. I love Catherine Newton, guys. She's fantastic. A modern day scream queen as well, just like Micah Monroe. Fantastic. Can't wait to see her in what she does next. Another film that's not on this list that I did see was Lisa Frankenstein. That was a fun movie as well. I'd probably put that in good. I just didn't, when I made the tier list, it wouldn't let me add that or Late Night with the Devil, which is the cream as well, just to say. May, I knew you would say that. SMC rules, bring it back. I know. Who knows? If we can get enough reach, then I can bring it back because then it won't matter. We're getting there. Maybe. We'll see. Gaz is in the chat. What's up, man? Saying, hey, everyone, I just finished the Blair Witch Project 2 Book of Shadows. Ooh, what'd you think of it? That's interesting. And hell yeah, Val. Thank you for congratulating Eric. We were talking about that last night, and just an amazing accomplishment. Hitting 1,500 subs, bro. It's just awesome. It is awesome. And same thing with Ginger Ninja hitting 1K. You guys, you guys are really good friends. You guys mean a lot to me and to this community. And I'm just so proud of you guys and happy for you. Seriously. Dan, you do need to watch the creep tapes. It's great. It's great. Ginger Ninja coming. See, this is the special stuff that happens. He says, I have the Teenage Slasher movie handbook based on SMC. That's what's so awesome, man. Thank you, man. And we will do it again. I don't know exactly how, but we will. We will. Because I just had so much fun with it. Let's see. Yes, is there a creep show? Yes, the creep tapes on Shudder. Yes. Yes. James is in the house. What's up? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the chat. Say, where have you been my whole life? Great video. Thank you so much. Welcome to the chat. We are actually winding down. We've got one more movie to do on this tier list. It's been a lot of fun. So welcome to the chat. Yeah. Eric saying can't stay long, but my top 3 of the year, Abigail, Romulus, and The Substance. Hell yeah. Yes. Mayan said Mark Duplass took over Shudder's social media before it came out. Hilarious. He is so much fun. Love him. Love him. Seriously. Hollywood guy in the house. Dang, I'm late as usual. Hello, gang. Hey, Night. Welcome to the chat, man. Yeah, we're almost done, but this has been so much fun. You got to check it out from the beginning. And Rory, yeah, Peach Fuzz. Peach Fuzz. Jeff coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much, Jeff, saying, I thought I'd be cool if you took final girls and guys from horror movies and you put them in a different horror movie. Would they survive? You know, Jeff, it's so funny you're saying that. And I usually don't talk about this outside of maybe to channel members, but that is actually something I've been working on for a little bit. It's all about how I'm going to put it together, but that is a great idea. And yeah, you're thinking in a very special way, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Seriously. And yeah, that would be fun, May. It would. The last movie, guys, first of all, tell me if you've seen it, is Nosferatu from Robert Eggers. We just talked about The Witch yesterday in Battle World, which if you haven't seen that, check that out. But Robert Eggers is an amazing director. Nosferatu is going to the cream. Is going to the cream, guys. The set designs, the atmosphere, the creepiness, the choices, it was fantastic. It was fantastic, guys. I loved it so much. We left the theater. We were like, holy shit. Being a big fan of vampire films, the original Nosferatu, wow, guys. That's all I got to say. Some people, listen, you have to like these types of films. Okay, if you're a vampire fan, a fan of the original Nosferatu or the Werner Herzog version, if you're a fan of gothic stories, historical pieces, set pieces, you know, that type of thing, you're going to love it. If you're a fan of The Witch, you're going to love it. Gosh, it's fantastic, guys. It was fantastic. That's all I can say, man. Seriously, I loved it. Okay. Now, as you guys continue to tell me what you guys thought of Nosferatu, I'm going to catch up with you guys as we wind down. Troy saying, how big of a super chat would it take to make you watch Student Bodies again to bring back SMC? I fucking love that movie. I don't know, man. But I tell you what, if someone were to do a nice super chat, we would do it. One, because we want to try to honor you guys and bring value to you guys that are able to be that generous, which we take very seriously and we are very appreciative of. And also, I'd want to do it just to be back in the SMC vibe, but also to have Coriander watch Bodies. I would love to do that, man. So, Troy, think about it. Obviously, I'll be live tomorrow night too, man. If you do a nice super chat, we'll definitely make that happen. Maybe we'll even do it in a big to do, like watch it together and do an episode on it. So, thank you for that, man. Julie saying seeing it tomorrow night, Nosferatu. All right. Let me know what you think about it when you see it, Julie, please. Jason saying saw Nosferatu twice. The second watch really helped it out. It's the cream. There you go. Cynthia saying I'll probably love it. I think you will. It is so good. JPEG saying he's going with good for Nosferatu. Jeff can't wait to see it. Elm Street saying just saw Nosferatu yesterday. The cream, stunning. All right. Jason says he'd give it a 9 out of 10. All right. Man, I tell you, you're all right. Oh, man. Shadow the Vampire. That's right, Kay. Yeah. Troy saying, haven't seen it yet, but quite confident in Eggers. I love his stuff as the OG as well. Yeah. Yep. Dale's in the house. Hey, Dale, good to see you. Hope you've been doing well. Saying it's excellent. Nosferatu is excellent. We saw it over the weekend. Yeah. Yep. That's right, Russell. Willem Dafoe is great in The Shadow of the Vampire and in Nosferatu. Yep. Oh, you're all right, May. Much love. Dan saying this really is the best channel. Oh, well, geez, I have found on YouTube. Thanks, Knight. Thank you so much, Dan. We appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. There's a lot of great channels, though. But we do try. We do try to do a lot of cool stuff and have some variety and also to connect with our community, which I think that's one of the most special things is connecting with you guys as much as we do. And we try to do it a lot. So thank you so much for that. That's right, Troy. You're gonna have to pony up for Coriander. I know. She will. I would record her reaction to seeing it before even seeing it, and you guys will get a kick out of that. May, thank you. Thank you guys. You guys are so kind. Seriously, you guys are so kind. Troy said I'll ponder that. Yes, yes. It would be fun to do. And I miss doing slasher movie club. And so does Coriander. I will be very transparent with you guys as we wind down. That's one of the few sad things and frustrating things with doing YouTube is we couldn't get the reach that we wanted overall with it, and part of that is because we were talking about a lot of obscure movies, right? But we loved doing that. But we'll see, if the channel continues to go in the direction it's going in, we'd get the type of reach that we'd want, and then we can do more obscure things like that. So, guys, the tier list is here, man. It looks really interesting. I'm surprised how it turned out a little bit. In the very bottom, the trash bottom, we've got Chapter 1 of The Strangers and In a Violent Nature. In Not Digging It, we've got The Crow 2024 and Salem's Lot remake. In the meh category, we got Quiet Place Day 1, Immaculate, and Trap. In the good category, we got some really good films here, guys. Stop Motion, The Watchers, Romulus, Oddity, Cuckoo, Terrifier 3, Smile 2, Maxine, Heretic, The Creep Tapes, which is technically, it's not a theatrical release, but I wanted to talk about it, and Abigail. In the cream, baby, we got The First Omen, we've got Longlegs, The Substance, and Nosferatu. Listen, guys, there are a lot of great movies this year. We didn't talk about them all. Also in the cream, I wanted to put Late Night with the Devil. I did not have the poster for that because the tier maker was being weird when I was setting it up. But Late Night with the Devil was fantastic, guys. I really enjoyed that too. So let us know what you think in the comments. Let's talk some more about this. Also, if you want, even though I'm wrapping up this live stream, I'll be around later on to talk more about some of these things. I couldn't get to everyone's comment. You guys had some great conversations. Feel free to join us on our Patreon chat, our messenger chat. The link is there again. All you have to do is click the link. You can join. It's free. We get a chance to talk with each other a little bit more easily. Because again, like I said earlier, it's hard to keep track of everyone through all the different outlets, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, email, the community tab. So it's hard for me to do it. And I'm hoping in 2025 I can make it easier so I can also be more prompt with you guys. Jeff, thank you. He joined the Patreon link. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And it also helps to support us. And obviously, if you get to the point where you're able to, do a donation, that's fun. That's great. We appreciate it, but it is free. So thank you guys for doing that. Jeff, you rock. All of you guys. This has been so much fun, guys. Tomorrow night, I will be back with my good buddy Steven from Craving Something Scary. We'll have Rachel on as well. You guys love it when Rachel's with us. We're going to do the Elm Street debate for Wes Craven's New Nightmare as we start to wind down the Elm Street Great Debates so that we can, rank the franchise. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. You've made 2024 so much fun for all of us and for each other, which is just as important. So I hope you enjoyed this tier list. It was fun. Let us know what you think in the comments or either on the Patreon link. Again, it's in the chat, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow night. And as always, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.